Something strange happens in human behavior.
And most people never realize why.
Let's break it down.
This is the hidden human.
It's strange, isn't it? How something that should feel positive suddenly feels complicated. You expect support, you expect people to be happy for you, and instead, something shifts.
Stay with us because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why success changes how people treat you and how to handle it without shrinking. Let's start simple. You and someone else start at the same level, same effort, same environment. Then something shifts. You move forward. They don't. And suddenly, the tone changes.
Less warmth, more distance, small comments that feel harmless, but aren't.
Pause for a second. Think of someone you know, who's winning in a way you want to win. What was your first reaction? Inspired? Neutral? Or slightly irritated? No judgment. Just notice. This is where most people misunderstand what's happening. It feels personal, but it isn't. It's psychological. When someone succeeds in an area we care about, the brain doesn't just observe it, it compares. Quietly, instantly, automatically.
And that comparison creates pressure. Not external pressure, internal.
Exactly. A silent question appears. If they can do it, what does that say about me? That's the first trigger. Threat. Not danger, identity threat. Status, competence, self-image. And here's where it splits. One reaction says, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That leads to growth. The other says, if they're ahead, I'm behind. That leads to resistance, and resistance needs relief. Which brings us to the second trigger, fairness. People don't just care about results. They care about whether those results feel deserved.
And when it doesn't feel deserved, something changes.
Exactly. Stories begin. They got lucky. They had help. It's not that impressive. These aren't random thoughts. They're protective. Because if your success is legitimate, then their lack of progress becomes harder to ignore. Now the third trigger is the one nobody talks about. Success changes the standard. Without saying anything, you raise the bar.
And that creates discomfort, because now your presence asks a question.
Why aren't you doing more? Even if you never say a word. That's why success can isolate people. Not because they changed, but because the environment reacts to what they represent.
And this is where it gets uncomfortable. When that pressure builds, people look for release.
And one of the ways the mind releases that pressure is when the successful person stumbles. A small mistake, a visible failure, and suddenly, the tension drops.
Not because people are bad, but because the comparison resets.
So here's how you handle it. First, make the invisible visible. Don't minimize your success, but don't make it look effortless. Show the process.
The time, the mistakes, the reality behind it.
Second, read the pattern. If it's subtle, reduce comparison pressure. Stay grounded. Stay warm. But if it becomes consistent, set boundaries.
Not aggressively, just clearly. And if you flip it, you can recognize that feeling in yourself too. That moment when someone else is doing something you want.
Don't reject it. Decode it. Ask one question. What do they have that I want? Because that answer is direction, not danger. And if you act on it, that emotion transforms from resistance into momentum.
Because people aren't reacting to you. They're reacting to what you represent.
And once you understand that, you stop shrinking. You start navigating it. And you keep moving forward without losing who you are. I'm Danny.
I'm Ava, and this is
The Hidden Human.